Good morning, and my name is Janella Kirkman, and I'm here today to go over the what Wellness Recovery Action Plan is. Along with the Wellness Recovery Action Plan, there are 5 key recovery concepts, and these are very important. These are the ways to keep us in line with our recovery, to be able to move forward in our recovery if we hold on to these 5 key recovery concepts of recovery. So I've been doing RAP for about 5 years, and I am a RAP facilitator, and I'm moving forward into advanced level RAP facilitation. So this is a small presentation. It'll be about 20 minutes. It's on the overview of RAP and what RAP can do for you as a wellness tool. So thank you for showing up, and I appreciate your enthusiastic in getting a RAP plan. As I said, the 5 key recovery concepts. So here we have hope, personal responsibility, education, self-advocacy, and support. Those are the 5 key recovery concepts. These examples that I've put up are examples that I've come up that have come off the Copeland website that really resonated with me, so I wanted to use them, along with I will give examples of what hope looks like to myself. So as I got these off the website, hope, people who experience mental health difficulties, getting well, staying well, and going on to meet their life dreams and goals. So that's a little example of hope. Personal responsibility. So we know that it's up to us, with the assistance of others, to take action and do what needs to be done to keep ourselves well. Education. Learning all that you can about what your experiences are, so you can make good decisions and all aspects of your life. And then there's self-advocacy. It's effectively reaching out to others so that you can get what it is you need and what you deserve, as in support, and your wellness, to your wellness and recovery. Support. So while working toward your wellness is up to you, receiving support from others and then in return giving support is it helps us to feel better and enhances the quality of our life. So for me, I have hope that today is not forever. That tomorrow is another day. So if things aren't going so well today, I have hope and know that tomorrow is another day and I can do something different. So I'm hopeful for my the day after. Personal responsibility for me, it's that I'm personally responsibility to know about my needs and to know what works for me in my recovery, and to know it's my personal responsibility to reach out for support when needed. In education, so it's important for me in education to get all that I can, but in a way that suits me. If I rush too much and try to get all this different education, it doesn't stick. So it's my personal responsibility to educate myself, either on myself, on trainings, things that I have a passion for, and moving forward in the educational realm of my journey. Self-advocacy is huge for me. It makes me know that I have a voice, that I can self-advocate to get my needs met. Sometimes this is a hard place for people if they're not used to knowing what that looks like. But in RAP, we're the experts of ourselves, not only in RAP but in life. I know that I'm the expert of myself, and I need to say what I need to say to get my needs met. In support, it is very important for me to have 5 key supporters in my life that have different tasks in case something happens in my recovery. If things start breaking down for me or I get into crisis, I have supporters that are designated to different aspects of my recovery. And it's very important with support that we know that it's not just a friend or a peer, but support can come from our local therapists, our psychiatrists, our doctors, whoever you've built a relationship, a trusting relationship that could be your supporter. So once we start working on building our RAP plan, we'll talk a lot about all 5 keys recovery concepts. So because we have a little bit of time, I would like to ask each one of you just one thing that looks like hope to you. And I'm going to just put it out there. Anybody can speak. You don't have to. I'm not going to call on anybody to say. So if anybody wants to give me an example of what hope looks like to them, that would be great. Okay. Then we have personal responsibility as we went through. Is there anybody that would like to give an example on personal responsibility? We'll get more into depth as we build our RAP plan with the rest of these key recovery concepts. So with the key recovery concepts, we hold this at heart to build, then to go on to build our RAP plan. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this off, and I'll go ahead and put this down here, and it will give you time if you'd like those examples, you can write them here, plus we'll have some time after the presentation. So there's many parts to RAP, and the first part is our wellness toolbox. Our wellness toolbox is a safe box. We build safe wellness tools. And what that looks like for me, a wellness tool for me is simple. Some of the simple ones are for me are showers and brushing teeth and taking a walk, taking care of my cats, calling my children. Those are some of the wellness tools that I have in my toolbox. And then after that, we go on, we build our toolbox. Once we build a toolbox, we have these amazing tools that we will build the rest of our plan with. The first part of our RAP after our toolbox is daily maintenance. So in daily maintenance, these are things that you could do on a daily basis that keep you well and make you feel well. So when you start your daily maintenance, you'll look at what does it look like when I'm well? What do I need to do on a daily basis to stay well? And then maybe there's things that you do on different days of the month or week that help you to stay well. So that's going to go in with your daily maintenance. You have triggers and trigger action plan. That's the next part of our plan. Triggers are external that trigger internal feelings. So if something out here is happening and it triggers the inside of the emotion, right? Those are triggers. So what's a good thing about our RAP plan is triggers actually has an action plan. So when the trigger happens, for me when a trigger happens, I know part of my action plan is to take a breath. It's just to take a deep, slow breath and know that it's going to be okay because I have an action plan. So say you have a trigger of, one of my triggers were ambulances. I had very huge triggers on ambulances because I had a son that doesn't do real well sometimes. So it would trigger me that something, because I don't have a lot of contact with them, that something was going on with him. Every ambulance triggered me to get very anxious. When I was driving, I'd have to pull over. And I didn't know how to handle that. It would take me some sitting on the side of the road sometimes for extended periods of time before I could gather my senses to know, okay, it's probably not Richie. There's a lot of people in the world that accidents happen. It would take me a while, but when I learned about RAP and I learned about my triggers and how I could address them with a quick action plan, I started thinking about that breath. Just taking that breath. And then my action plan was to remember that there's billions of people in the world and there's accidents every day. And ambulances are going to drive in the same place that I'm at. So I would just take a breath, get those thoughts rolling, know that his life is in his higher power's hand and he's being watched out for also. So that was my action plan. So with triggers, it's very important to have an action plan. You can have all these triggers and you can do different action plans for each trigger, or you can have one action plan that may help with all triggers. It's just depending on how you are feeling and what that looks like to you. So what you want to do with a trigger, how you want to build your action plan, is from your wellness toolbox. So maybe if you're triggered, you may take a walk, if that's in your toolbox. You may take a hot bath, if that's in your toolbox. You know, so you're always building, remember, here from your wellness tools. That's where those safeness and those tools come in to build the rest of your plan. So that's triggers and trigger action plan. So there's early warning signs and an action plan. It's the next part of that. So in early warning signs, when we start feeling like, this just isn't right, something's going on, maybe I'm not doing everything on my daily maintenance, and maybe that's what's going on. Maybe it's giving me some triggers. So these are early warning signs where you go, okay, it doesn't feel balanced today. So you want to make an action plan when that happens. For me, my action plan on an early warning sign is, have I done everything that I need to do on a daily basis? Have I pulled in wellness tools to help me in my early warning signs? If I start exhibiting some different behaviors for myself that I recognize, what can I take out of my wellness toolbox to build that action plan, so then I can identify what that early warning sign is. So an early warning sign is something that you know, you go, oh, wow, what's going on there? And you immediately go into your action plan. So once we build our RAP plans together, we will have specific early warning signs that you will have come up with, because you know that, because you're the expert of you know what your early warning signs are. And then you will develop your action plan, which will help you to get back to feeling what you need to, your balance and your emotions, your stability. So in RAP, we talk about when things are breaking down. These are when it's time to call in the supporters. You know, things are not going so well, and maybe I need some support to get to that doctor's appointment. Maybe I need some support to make some phone calls for me. Maybe I need support to get me to the local respite center. So that's when we just are to the point where we can't do it for ourselves, because we know we're the experts of us, and that's what the great thing is that when things are breaking down, me being the expert of me, I know that it's time to bring in the big guns, bring in my supporters, to start supporting me with how to get back to my daily maintenance. So for me, when I get to where things are breaking down and I just can't keep a thought, and I'm bringing in the bigger the supporters, somewhere along the line, for me, I might have missed something. Maybe it's one of my daily maintenance things that I'm not doing every day that really keeps me balanced. Maybe it's that walk, or maybe it's that talk with my kids that helps to support me on a daily basis. So I want to go back with my supporter, because now my supporter has my RAP plan, because all of our supporters will have our RAP plan, our crisis plan. Well, they would know what that looks like. And when your supporters have your RAP plan, when things are breaking down, if they've built that relationship to me, they're paying attention, to things are breaking down. Oh, wow, I haven't seen this go on for a while. And the last time I saw it, we ended up in crisis with this person. So they start to help me to figure out, okay, what am I not doing? Have I not been exercising my wellness toolbox? Have I not been bringing that with me? Have I not been doing daily maintenance? Have I not been walking the dog or talking to the kids on a daily basis? So things can get here for me if I don't pay attention to this whole wellness toolbox daily maintenance. So then we come into crisis.